It's been a long hot day. I'm going to take some buckets of water down to the pigs so they can have a nice wallow to finish the day off. Want some water? You want to roll around in the mud? I've been giving them buckets of water every day in the same spot because they love to just play in the mud. You guys like that? You gonna take a nap there? Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Kevin. Well, it's officially September, and that means that this month deer season starts here in Missouri. Archery deer season starts on the 15th of September, and it's a time of year that's exciting for us here on the homestead because venison is the only red meat that we consume here on the homestead because we just don't have room to raise cattle. So, you know, we only eat what we raise, so deer is what we get. Now there is the rare occasion if I don't get enough deer during the winter to make it through a whole year, we may raise a meat goat. But we try not to do that, or try not to have to do that, because really I can get venison for free, basically. I mean, the cost of maybe a couple arrows or a couple bullets, but for the most part venison is free. We do all of our own processing, and it just is a really good meat source for us here on the homestead. So today, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head back to the woods. I've got my trail cameras we're going to take out. I've had them out in a few different locations, but today I want to put them right near both of my tree stands so that we can start to really see what's in the area right now. And you know, I have a pretty good idea of the layout of our land and where the deer move and things, so I'm pretty sure, you know, yeah, unless things have changed from other years, the spots that I have my tree stands are pretty solid spots. But I still like to have that confirmation prior to deer season. So today we're going to head out there. We're going to put these up, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to get my crossbow out because I hunt with a crossbow during archery season. And I'm going to start teaching Sarah how to shoot the crossbow today. I'm hoping that she'll get out in the woods a few times this year as well and try her hand at deer hunting. It's something she's never done before, but she would like to learn. So that's what we're going to do today. But the first thing I'm going to do, because I can tell you guys I haven't been following my own advice. I've been back in the woods with the pigs and doing, you know, putting up tree stands and things like that, and I have gotten hammered by the chiggers. My legs and feet are just bit up. I haven't been able to sleep for more than about 2 hours in a stretch the last few nights without having to get up and do something for all the itching of the chigger bites on my feet. So I'm going to start following my own advice again. The best thing that I have found for chiggers to keep them off is to use sulfur powder. What I do is I buy sulfur powder in the garden section at our local farm store, and then I put it in an old sock, and then all you have to do is hit the sock along your pants and on your shoes and your socks, wherever you want, and the smell of the sulfur will keep the chiggers off. So I'm going to load up with sulfur, and then we're going to head back into the woods and set up these trail cameras. Okay, so we're back by my first deer stand. This is where I'm going to put one of my trail cameras. Now I like to come out late morning, early afternoon, usually late morning, to check on things like this, to either put up trail cameras or to check them, just because it seems like that time of the morning is when the deer are, you know, kind of laid down somewhere. There's not a lot of activity. I don't really want to come out early in the morning when they still may be around and they're going to see me out here, or later in the day, you know, obviously when they're going to be moving in the evening. So for me, late morning, early afternoon is the perfect time to get out here. So for now, I'm just going to get this set up, and then we're going to move on to the next spot. Now this spot here is kind of right in the middle of our property. I did have my ground blind back here last year, and that's actually where I got an 8-point buck last year during muzzle loading seasons. One thing I do really like about these trail cameras, even though they were cheap, that they have a little display right on them so you can see exactly where you're aiming them. My more expensive one actually doesn't have that, and I always have problems aiming it in exactly the right spot. Perfect, that one's all set. Let's head off to the next spot. Alright, so here's my second spot with my second tree stand. I have a 15-foot ladder stand over here, just like at the other spot. Last year I got 2 deer at this spot, so hopefully this will be a good spot again this year. Alright, so I'm back to the house. I went in and got my crossbow out to put my target up. I've got the target out at 30 yards, which is where I'm going to teach Sarah how to shoot. That's a pretty typical distance on our property, especially with a crossbow. About 30 to 40 yards. I probably wouldn't go any longer than 40 yards with my crossbow. It's not a super expensive one, but it does a really good job. It's a Crosman Center Point Specialist XL. It's a 370 feet per second and 85-pound draw weight. It shoots 20-inch arrows, or bolts, I guess as you call them, for a crossbow. And the ones that I tested out a few last season, the ones that I really liked and I think were the most accurate are these Barnett Headhunter bolts. So I ordered actually more of them this year. I'm going to use my old ones from last year for practice this year. The first thing that we're going to do, I know that this is already pretty zeroed in. Sarah's, I think, shot it maybe once or twice last year, but never anything to really, you know, she really wasn't practicing to go out hunting. So I'm hoping this year that we'll get her out at least once or twice, maybe even once or twice on her own. So the first thing is how to load the crossbow. There's always going to be one odd colored vein on your bolts, and that's always going to go down. The reason I know that is because right there it says this vein down. So it makes it real easy if you're nervous while you're out hunting, you don't forget. They put the directions right on there for you. Alright, but first we need to go ahead and cock the crossbow. Now you do that with one of these pullers. So we're going to need to stand up, and I'll show her how to attach that to the bow, and then we'll see if she's able to do that on her own. It's pretty hard, but it's not terrible. So we'll see if she's strong enough to do it. Otherwise, I guess I'll have to cock it for her before she goes out hunting, and then she gets one shot and needs to come back home. So,
well, there's one thing that's working in my favor.
What's that?
I wore a camo hat, so I'm like a legit hunter now. True.
That's true. She looks the part, especially in cut-off blue jeans and a light blue shirt.
This is mint green. Come on, get it straight.
Then you put your foot on this metal part here on the ground and pull up. Now I'm not going to do it because once you do it, then we need to fire it. So go ahead and try it out.
Just pull it. You don't need me to like...
Pull it until it you hear it click, and that means it's cocked. No?
No. How far up do I need to go?
Up.
Let me try again. Oh, there's no way I'm going to get that all the way up there.
No? Okay.
No.
Alright, so once you do that, it's cocked, and on this crossbow it automatically goes on to safety. Alright, load her up.
Well, it sounds like I at least hit it.
I heard you hit it. I think it's a little bit high, but pretty center, so let's go down there and take a look.
I can't see that far.
At least she wasn't off by enough to hit the car.
That's not bad.
No, I'd say that's pretty good. A little bit high, but pretty centered.
I was nervous.
Let's go try another shot. All right, shot number 2.
If I can concentrate with those guineas.
Do you guys hear that in the background? Those are our guineas. I'm pretty sure that's the first thing Sarah's gonna hunt once she learns how to be a good shot. They're not really bothering me that much, but Sarah's already ready to put them in the freezer. And they haven't even had time to make a dent in our tick population.
Every day I count them, and every day there's still 9.
Nice.
Let's see.
That looks like a bullseye to me. Let's go check it out. If she can hit the bullseye on here, she's probably going to take out the guineas.
Hey!
Wow. Dang.
Heck yeah!
Well, I can tell you what, I'm not going to be taking any more shots because I'm not sure I can beat that.
Heck yeah!
Wow. Well, this tells me 2 good things. One, she's a pretty good shot, better than a pretty good shot, probably ready to be out in the tree stand, and I don't have a whole lot of work to do on my scope. Well, I think Sarah's going to end up being a pretty good deer slayer. With shots like that, I don't know if I want to go hunting with her because she's going to show me up. Hey, over the next few days, I'll start posting pictures on our community tab of what we get on the trail camera so you guys can stay up to date on what's going on back in the woods here. I'll post pictures as I go out and check them if there's anything worth seeing.
And if there are any lady hunters out there that have some tips for me, go ahead and put those in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Tips or encouragement or whatever, that'd be great.
If this is your first time visiting our homestead, I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button before you leave. If you're one of our traditionalists who comes back 5 days a week, we sure do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to share this on all of your social media. And until next time, thanks for stopping by the homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.